Sum up your performance in that game, performance of your players.
Do you know what, Ben? You don't say it before, but when the draw comes out, it's a real difficult one to deal with, especially at home and the way they play. It's quite interesting speaking to David Moyes after we played West Ham last week, because everybody has the same problem when they play against them, and I do get the narrative that let's go and press, let's go and get after them, let's go and not allow them to play. They've worked on it, obviously, they work religiously on it. They've been a possession-based football team for quite a number of seasons under Graham, and then obviously taking it to the next level now with the players that they bring in as well. And obviously about one of them, João Pedro. Not today, João, I said before the game, but obviously he said yes, which we know he can do for the type of player he is. And then you really look at the game. As I said, more passes than anybody in the Premier League, second most possession. That's above Liverpool, that's above Aston Villa, that's above Spurs, that's above Man United, that's above all those fabulous teams as well. There's only one team that obviously rivals them for passes and possession in those numbers. So a real difficult one for us. And I think as well, Ben, especially at home, and that's what we were talking to David Moyes about it. How do David's got 75, 80,000 EastEnders wanting shouting them on and wanting them to get up the pitch and go and make contact. But you've seen today, if you do go and get up the pitch and you don't get it right, and especially when you're sort of not putting the team together, but obviously we made a few changes because we had to look at Tuesday as well, and you don't get that press right, they just go pop, 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 and all of a sudden they're in. Even though what I would say is, first goal unbelievable, top corner, even though central midfield players should do a lot better, he sold himself too early. Second goal's a penalty, third goal's a penalty, fourth goal and fifth goal's counter-attack when we're trying to get something from the game. That's from our point of view. So you look at the bit in the middle, which obviously people talk about, and the control that they have, which they do to everybody else at home and abroad. But what they do is they do give up chances, and I think if we'd have limited them in terms of the decisions that we made defensively and were a bit better at the top of the pitch in terms of the quality that we should have shown, then who knows, it becomes maybe a little bit more of a tighter game, and we give ourselves a better opportunity of getting a result.
You've spoken in the last couple of weeks about your players having that belief, you seeing that belief in them, the hunger for the fight at the bottom of the table. I take it you still see that today. How do you kind of take what you've seen from the performance and put it into something on Tuesday?
Well, we've got off the deck, haven't we? Because we're 2-0 down, and after about 30 minutes, and let's imagine everybody in the world's thinking that that's them done and dusted. And as I said, shown a little bit of quality, shown character and personality as we always do to get ourselves back in at half time. But just the manner of the goals, Ben, really, the third goal, which is always going to be a key goal, because we'd obviously swung the momentum back a little bit towards towards us a little bit, still knowing how they play. And the man of the goal, we've had a player there who's had two opportunities of clearing the ball in his own box, and he's tried to find two passes. The first one's worse enough that he's not made a big decision, made a good decision. He tries to make another poor decision, and they cross it, and we give away a real poor penalty. A poor penalty, the first one, gets done on a give and go, and a poor penalty on the second one. So real self-inflicted. For me, they had a lot of possession, a lot of play. It wasn't, we've played teams. It wasn't, the Alamo. It wasn't, we sat on the crossbar and goalkeepers making save after save after save. It just didn't feel that game. So we showed good character and personality, and even towards the end, McAtee hits the bar, and we get into some great positions to really ask the question going into the last sort of 5 minutes and 5 minutes of injury time. But we didn't do enough with the ball in those occasions.
So can I take from that then, for you to stay up or just focus on the future now, it's going to be about cutting out those individual mistakes, those poor...
Well, you just get punished like we have done today. You get punished. You can't give away two penalties and try at home and try and win a game of football, and the goals that we've conceded. So, yeah, both boxes is going to be crucial. I'm quite happy in terms of the way we played and how we limited them. Really, clear cut chances. Can't unbelievably remember, I think their manager said that they should have been 3 or 4-0 up at half time. I'm not sure about that, in terms of the opportunities that they really had, or XGs or big chances that they missed. I think we were a little bit disappointed because we've missed some big chances first half. So yeah, the bit in between is obviously always going to be important, out possession and in possession. But I think I've always said, and I think everybody will say in football, what happens if in both boxes is going to decide our fate and decide the result in the game of football. And if we can be a little bit better, then we'll give ourselves a chance.
And just finally, you've still got the opportunity to give yourself a bit of help. Obviously, the window closes in a few days' time. Are you any closer? Do you still think you'll get that player you want in?
Yeah, well, not being able to do anything from 3 till 5 o'clock this afternoon, Ben.
Yeah, but what is it now?
So
6:02 now.
Cheers. I cannot just have a beer and just try and digest the game before we start talking all that. We have worked extremely hard, and as I've said before, our transfer business will be as well as we can do, and the group, whether injured players are coming back, whether young players getting more minutes, great example and experience for Will Asula today as well, to play up against the likes of those boys and playing against a different way of playing, and players coming back, injury players, Davis and Norrington Davis, Tom Davis, and other players coming back into the group. And the addition, I thought Bertrand Diaz was again really lively for us, but at the moment he can only do sort of 65-70 minutes, and we can't take any risk with him coming in, and hopefully we can do one or two before the window shuts, and we'll be, I believe, Ben, in a better position when the window shuts, and hopefully it shuts pretty quickly.